Hi, my name is Demi, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Gordon's bankruptcy. I actually work at the corporate office, so I've had a little bit of hand-in-hand with this bankruptcy that we've been kind of struggling with lately, so I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it. So here's our agenda for the day. So first I'll start with an introduction on kind of where our bankruptcy is going, kind of how it got led to this bankruptcy, just things like that. Then we'll move into the background of Gordon's, where it all started, a little bit about how long we've been around, just things like that. And then I'll go into the discussion about Gordon's and their bankruptcy, and also other other companies that may be struggling with this as well. And then we'll go into a few recommendations or conclusions as well. And then at the end, if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. So first, let's start with the introduction of Gordon's bankruptcy. So Gordon's has been around for 100 years now, over 100 years actually. They employ over 1,000 employees and have been striving for many, many years. It was just recently in March here that we filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, meaning that we have that option to be bought out if another company decided to come in and buy us out. And at the end of March, that's actually what happened. We got bidded on, all of our decisions were made through the courts. Gordon's did not have the option to say, hey, we want this company to come buy us out, or hey, we want this company to come buy us out. All decisions were made through the courts once we filed that Chapter 11 bankruptcy. But we did actually get bought out. We got bought out by a company called Stage, which is based out of Houston, Texas. It's a little bit like Gordon's actually. It's more of your department store type of thing. But they were actually really excited to buy us out because Gordon's home decor is what was really well, or did really well in our stores actually. And Stage was struggling with their home decor department, so they're really excited to get Gordon's on board, hoping that that would bring up their home department. So a little bit of background on Gordon's. Gordon's started in 1915 here in Omaha, Nebraska, and it's had 3 different names. It's been the Richmond's, Gordon's, the Half Price Store, and Gordon's. We have over 130 stores now here throughout the Midwest. We're known for our low-cost clothing and low-cost home decor, as well as our friendly environment. In 2012 is actually when Gordon's really started to fall, and as you can see from this graph here, what I really want you to look at is this green line right here. That's going to be your free cash flow, and that's actually where you can see the most dramatic changes. As you can see, in 2010 it was pretty high up, and by 2012, which is right here, it was going under, and that's when we really started to see a shift, the difference. We made many changes, but we just couldn't keep up enough with the demand. So, why would Gordon's go bankrupt? Like, what is that issue there? Well, like many things in this world, everything is changing to online. No one wants to step out of their house when they can buy things on the computer by ordering online. It's shipped straight to their door in the next couple days. So as you can see from figure 1, this is just a little bit of change to the online world. 1 in 6 sales actually are done online typically now in regular retail companies. You can tell 2010 is when you could kind of start to see that online sales were starting to take off with only 1.8%, but that's still, that's when it kind of started to take off. And this graph is actually done by quarters, so you have your 4 quarters. By 2016, we're up to 19.8%, which is an all-time high for online sales. A little bit crazy. So then the second graph shows a little bit of a comparison between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. As you all probably know, Black Friday is the most popular time for retail stores, stores in general. Great sales, everyone's always so excited to go out on Black Friday for those great sales for Christmas, ready to get that Christmas season going. After Black Friday, of course, we have a Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is now beating Black Friday in sales. As you can see here in this graph, Black Friday right here, and then Cyber Monday, in 2015, Cyber Monday creeped up above Black Friday in sales, which is pretty crazy. So my recommendations for Gordon's or any other retail store out there that may be struggling, update your website. You want easy access website for people. That's what people want to deal with. That's what people like to deal with. Easy access. I mean, even getting an app. Everyone's all about the apps on their smartphones now, where there's just one click of a button and you're to what you need to be to. So getting an app for your company, it's a click of a button, you know. Where does your company have a name? So with Gordon's, their dream was always to be big in these big cities and everything, which is great. Yes, dream big. But Gordon's is actually more of a small city company, is what I believe. So what I mean by that is, if they were to go into New York and put a store into New York, it may not be able to do as well as the store here in, let's say, Omaha. Because in New York you have your very, very high name brand, or very, very high name brand stores that people are more likely to go to. You know, they see a store with discounts, it's new, you know, people aren't going to draw to that as well in the places like New York. But in Omaha, people see a store with discounts. Gordon's is a name they know. They're more than likely to go into Gordon's, you know, buy what they need. Also, what stores are bringing in the most income? And this is something that I think stores really need to look at. Gordon's, yes, we do have over 130 stores, but if you look, some of those stores were not bringing in the income that they probably should have been. Yes, Gordon's is always building stores, you know, shutting down stores that they don't think are bringing in good income, you know, it's just all part of the business. But what stores are bringing in the most income? I know Gordon's idea was, okay, if we put a store here and we put a store here, these people that are loyal customers, you know, that live over here aren't going to have to travel as far. Well, that's all fine and great, but you need a really large customer flow to keep that store open, and when that store is not bringing in the income you need, it may want to step back, take a look, say, hey, well, if your customers are really loyal, they'll travel that extra however long, you know, to go to Gordon's, you know, if it's on the other side of Omaha or things like that. So that's definitely something that I think all retail stores need to look at, is how many stores you have open. Are all those stores pulling their own weight in the company? Are they all able to stay open? Things like that. Retail is definitely a competitive world, and if you can't keep up with that competitiveness, all the changes and everything, your company is going to struggle. And that's one thing you really do want to avoid. Obviously, it is tough when you are struggling, when you are trying to keep up. It's not only the fashions you have to keep up with, it's the online purchases, it's everything like that. So I hope that you guys take these recommendations and learned a little bit about Gordon's bankruptcy, things that even any retail company would be able to do, you know, to change just a little bit about their company, to keep that company afloat, so they don't have to go through what Gordon's did. Alright, well, oops. Alright, so does anyone have any questions? And if anyone does want a copy of the references for the graphs or the numbers or anything like that that I had up on the slide or I talked about, feel free to ask me after the presentation, and then I will definitely give you a copy of those references. Alright, thank you.